People, what's up? What's up? Happy gardening to everyone. Shout out to each and everyone. What's going on, guys? Shout out to everyone out there, man. Shout out to all the hardworking people. Shout out to all the mom and dad. Shout out to all the people out there who doing something positive, man. Peace, love, and blessing to you guys, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Everybody need a shout out in this time. Blessings to all. Yes, I. Blessings, blessings. So what you guys growing, man? What you guys, what kind of seedlings you guys have right now, man? What you guys growing? What you guys growing, guys? What you guys growing? I'm hoping that you have your seed already set, germinate, and you're just trying to take care of them. I'm hoping that is the case right now. Because right now we in March and we're just a few days away from, yes, we're just a few days away from spring. You know, I've been waiting for spring for the past, listen to me, since October. Since October after the fall hitting, I've been thinking about the spring already. I've been thinking about the spring. I've been thinking about what I'm growing, what I'm planting, what I'm doing. I've been thinking all of that, man. And by me thinking, it started put me in a spot to prepare my soil. So November, October, November, December, I was actually in my garden preparing the soil, putting the soil together. Add my leaf, mix up my leaf in my raised bed. Putting leaf around the fruit trees. Adding compost tea around the fruit trees. You see, I don't wait till spring time to actually start gardening. I don't wait till springtime. What I'll do, I'll start gardening from the fall. So whenever the spring come, I'm okay already. Whenever the spring come, I'm fine because I already put in the work. So what I'm gonna be doing from January, February, March, I start dealing with my seedlings them. I start putting my seedlings them in the soil and I start putting everything together. Now my seedling them is looking wonderful. I'm yawning to put them in the ground. I'm yawning to put them in the soil. But because of the weather, you know what, guys? I have a peach tree in my garden. And this peach tree is what signal me to know when I'm gonna have a early planting season or I'm gonna have a late planting season. How that happen? Because the peach tree, sometimes the peach tree start producing flowers in January. Sometimes in January, the peach tree full of flowers. So when I see that, I already know that this year I could start planting in March. Once a peach tree produce its flowers in January, I know I could get out there early in March and start planting. This year, the peach tree now start producing flowers in March, not January, in March. So that indicate to me you cannot put out your plants them early this year because you might lose them. And it's a good thing I follow this trend from this peach tree. Why? Because I did get some cool weather. So if I did take out my peppers them early, I might lose them. If I did take out my okra them early, I might lose them. There's so many plants I might lose if I didn't pay attention to the indication from this peach tree. Every year, this peach tree. Hey, girl, dad, what's up? Thank you, sis. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you guys for hitting the like button. I truly appreciate it, all right? Yes, so you, as a gardener, guys, it doesn't matter what type of garden you do. Whether you are a container garden, whether you are a raised bed gardener, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to have something to indicate to you. Now, sometimes the boards, you can get the boards can give you signal. Nature work in a way that if we only pay attention, we will learn so much. So like I was saying, this peach tree that I have in my garden, sometimes it flowers in January. And if it flowers in January, that means I could start planting March. You see what I'm saying? I can start planting March. If it flowers March instead of January, I cannot start bringing out my peppers until April. You see what I'm coming from? So if I don't pay attention and I just bring out my plants them as usual, in March, I could lose a lot of my plant. So pay attention, guys. It's so much to learn in this thing. You every day you learn something. You never know enough and you cannot know everything. But every day you learn and you have to set up there. You have to have things that give you signal in your garden. The boards, like for instance, you see the boards them coming out early. You already know it's gonna be a bright early planting season. Hey Kemai, how are you? What's up? Good night, good night. How are you? Long time. Yes, I know, right? Yes. Blessing to you. Thank you all for being here. Yes. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, sis. Thank you all for being here. Yes, guys. So, in my garden, I watch things around. I watch the boards. I watch which month the boards comes out in the garden. I watch how early I see the plant, the flowers start springing up out of the ground. I watch everything. And when you watch these things, it kind of gives you an idea of the planting season. It kind of gives you an idea how all you got to get out there and start planting. So this is why I just prepare my garden in the fall. Because right at this moment, I have a lot of cabbage plant. Cabbage is something that can take the cold weather. So you ain't got to worry about the weather with the cabbage, the broccoli, the celery, the onions, the garlic, the cauliflower, the scallion, the chive, broccoli, collard greens. You ain't got to worry about these things. The weather is really not going to do nothing to these type of plants because these plants is actually cold hardy, meaning they prefer the cold weather than the heat. They strive better in the cold weather than the heat. So these are things we realize over the years. And when we realize something, what we do, we apply. And when we apply, we realize we see great result. And that's how we continue with confidence. Because now is not guessing anymore. It's what we know now. It's not about guessing, it's what we know. Because we go in the garden and we put in the work and we see the results so we could speak with confidence. Hey LP, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, guys, so my thing is, I could only share my experience with you guys, but you guys have to have your own experience. Now, if I share my experience with you, you might able to go out there and try something and see if it work for you. If it ain't work for you, you try something different. So basically, what I'm sharing is my experience in how I deal with the soil, how I deal with my seedlings, how I deal with all these type of things. Because I think it's important. I think it's really important how you deal with your plants from the seedlings. You know, seedlings is something, I'm sure everybody deal with seedlings in different ways. I'm sure everybody have their own way of dealing with seedlings. I'm sure of that. There's a lot of information, but you can grab what information you can, but you also want to see what works for you in your zone, in where you understand, in your climate. You want to know what is working for you, what gives you the best results. When you get the best result, that's what you push for. You see, so you have to try different things. Before I able to understand so much, I try different things. You see? I try different things, and then when I see what working for me, that's when I start focus on, okay, this is how I'm gonna do my seedling. No, seedlings is very delicate. It's very challenging. And I'm telling you this right now. Sometimes it can be very challenging dealing with seedlings. I meet my challenge from time to time. I do meet my challenge. There's certain plant that I understand so much when dealing with them that, but that doesn't mean I never struggle with them before. But then what I did, I pay attention, I observe, and I've learned what these plants prefer. And when I realize what they prefer, that's what I start, that's the treatment I'm start giving them. Now, when you talk, let me talk about bell pepper for a second. My experience with bell pepper is they don't really need that much water. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes we overweight our plants. And this is the truth. This is why we lose so much seedlings. We overweight them. Remember, guys, these seedlings not getting that sunlight. Like if they outdoors. So they're not sucking water like, like you're thirsty and you're drinking water because you're thirsty. The sun is hot. So you need that water. When the plants outside and the sun's so hot, they need more water. But indoors, you don't really need that much water. And I've experienced it because in the past, I used to believe, I used to forget that is indoors these plants really are. So I used to, add my water, like go out and wet the seedlings every day. And what I've learned from that was to lose them. You start to lose some of them. Sometimes you plant, I don't really plant sow seed in cups with one and two. I just sow seed, I sow my seed very thick. So by overwatering them, what start happening? I start losing some of them. And when I really I realize, man, you overwetting these plants. Some of them get root rot. That's why you losing them. And I ease up. From the time I ease up watering the plant, I see a whole big change with the bell pepper them. I see a whole big change. They start to grow faster, they start to grow healthy, and they start to stand up, and the body start to get thick. So this is my experience. Many of these plants, even sage, because I'm actually growing sage right now. Seedlings. I have some sage seedlings going right now. And I had also learned how to take care of sage seedlings. Because every seedlings have their own little way that they prefer. Every seedlings. So what I've learned about sage seedlings, the same thing. They like a little water, but not too much. They don't like their roots to be in damp water. This is what I've learned. Help the dimension, how you doing? Hey, Sissy Texas, how you doing? Thank you guys for being here. What's going on? Yes. So even sage seedlings, I've realized sage seedlings, they love water, but not to be, like a damp, their root to be in a damp water. Because when you do that, they start lying down. From the time I ease up with the water, I see they stand up. So this is how you learn to deal with your seedling. You have to watch and you have to observe. If you're giving them a certain amount of water and you're not seeing that progress you expect, stop giving them water. Ease up. Like my seedlings, like for instance, beet. We all know beet. And where a lot of us don't know, you ain't really got to set beet indoors. Well, with this type of weather, LP, you still want to do them indoors. You don't want to go outdoors right at this time. You still got to deal with them indoors because the weather's still cold. So do them indoors, but allow them to get some light. If you have a big window, you could put them by the window to get that light. The light is important. Now, beet. Set beet seed, right? And I set some beet seed indoors and I set some beet seed outdoors in a container. Let me see. We was asking. Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, LP. Sorry for that. I just see the screen. It pop up on the screen. But anyhow, beet, right? When we talk about beet, I set some beet seed indoors and I set some beet seed outdoors. It was so cold. Oh wait. Oh wait guys, sorry guys. I'm not seeing the chat them well. Okay, all right. LPC. Oh, it's okay, planter. Sissy was asking if you planting for this blood moon tonight. No, you know what? No, I ain't plan anything tonight because I already the plants them that I'm planting, like the cabbage, the broccoli, I already have them in ground before. But you know what? Now you say blood, you know you say that? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday and today in my garden. Let me tell you what happened. Yesterday, I was in my garden. This is why it's so important to walk around your garden before the spring really sprang in. You know when the spring sprang in and everything just start growing and get green? Step in your garden, step around and observe. Yesterday, I was in the garden and watching the fruit trees because the fruit trees them blooming or pushing out flowers. And while I'm in the garden, my eye catch a plant right over in some under some trees where some vines running up and the vines them now start to push out their green leaf. And I see such a beautiful white flowers. And I'm saying what that plant could be. I mean, the flowers is so white and beautiful, it draw my attention. And I decide, okay, I'm going over there. Never saw the plant before. I'm sure it was there for years, but I never saw it. I only recognize it because of the white flowers. When I go over there and I look at the flowers and I look at the plant, it's a pear tree. A wild pear tree just grow up. I never plant the pear tree. I don't know how it get there. But it's there between all them vines. And I kind of cleared up a little. And then today, yeah, wild pear, well, hear this. Hear this. today I decide, all right, I'm going there. I did a video with it. I upload a video about it. I decide I'm going there today just to walk on this peach tree. Get rid of all them vines. If you watch the video, you're going to see how the vines them clag on to the peach tree and how I had us to rip them off. But anyhow, I went there today to clear the peach tree, to get rid of all them vines because them vines is so dangerous. These vines will take down any tree up in the air. These vines will, don't care how big the tree is, they will wrap around the tree and choke that tree. Doesn't matter how big it is. But anyhow, while I'm clearing that tree today, there was a next tree right close to it. And the next tree loaded with vines from the bottom go right up in there. And there was this limb that pushing out. A small little limb pushing out because the vines then basically cover up the tree. When I hold the limb, because I'm ripping off the vines them, I realize there's another peach tree. A big thick peach tree, not peach tree, pear tree. Big thick pear tree like this. These vines have them choking. So I find two mature pear tree that I never plant, don't know nothing about them. One already have on flowers. The other one I don't know because the vines them choke it so bad that it don't even have chance to push out limbs because the vines wrap around. The vines wrap around so it could one little limb it push out and that little limb is where I realize it's a pear tree. So I clean up the root really nice. So all these vines that runs up in the tree itself, they're going to dry out because I cut out the roots. So they're going to dry out. So now these two pear tree stand the chance of surviving. I'm telling you, this is so amazing. Now you talk about the moon, Sissy. Now you talk about the moon. Yes. This is what happened on the moon. Yes. Give me see. Just tonight I saw that video you said the vines were growing ants. Yes, yes. That same video, yes. The vines them will destroy any trees. Because down in my garden, down further down, the vines them run everywhere. And I see how these vines choke trees. These vines will run up in, it doesn't matter how big the tree is, and choke it, soak it. And then when you do look, you see the tree just stumble down, wind blow, it just break down the tree. When you check, the tree dry. It suck everything out of them, out of that. That's how dangerous these vines are. But I was so grateful. Yes, I'm glad I saved it myself. I was so grateful. I'm telling you, this really made me feel good because the thing about it too, I was able to save two pear tree and mature pear tree too that basically one of them already have flowers, naturally flowers. The other one, the vines grow and all the leaf just wrap around the tree. So it's hard for that tree to even push out any limb. But that limb pushed out and I was able to identify it's a peach. That's a peach, a pear. So this is a really interesting start this garden season. I love your stories. Thank you, Sissy. Thank you. But for real, this really made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Really made me feel good. So now I'm gonna be giving updates on these two plants. Yes. But these vines, but you know what? I can't remember the name of the vines. But you know, people actually buy these vines. I don't hear what happened. You see, in the early spring, I can't remember the name. But in the early spring, they produce such a beautiful flowers. And I think that's what catch people. That beautiful flowers, oh my goodness. When you look down below the garden and you look and you see that beautiful flowers, you say, my goodness, damn, these things are beautiful. So I see like them big box store to sell them. It's like $7 I see they sell them for one down in a thing with root. I can, no, no, no. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the name. But they sell them in the store, Sissy, and they produce such a beautiful, a purplish, the real beautiful. But these plants, if you cannot control them, they will take over your whole everywhere. Run up on all your trees, run up on your house. If you allow them. But they're beautiful. I have some if you just see how pretty they be in the spring. But I see they choke out big, massive trees and just throw them on the ground like it's nothing. Morning glories. Wait, I think the vine. It's vinegar vines? I can't remember the name. Maybe you guys know. Maybe you guys saying the right thing, but I can't remember. But I think I'm gonna maybe this year I'm gonna maybe in a few weeks I might start seeing them. I think I might do a video with them. Or maybe I might take a picture and try to get the name. But I saw them selling in the store. But I don't think people understand how invasive they are. They will run everywhere, all on your house roof, if you allow them. Yeah, but these plants actually was sucking these fruit trees. Mature fruit trees. Let me tell you how dangerous it is. The fruit trees was like a Y. One of them was like a Y like this, right? And the vines wrap around half, and that half rotten. You could have just pull it off and it just break off. But the other part have life. That's the other part that have flowers and looking beautiful. So I gotta put in some work to make sure that these plants able to make it and able to produce food in abundance for me. Because and the thing about it, I have two pear tree that I buy last year. I have them in container. And I have two that I plant in the garden, which is small pear tree. And now I found two big massive one. Ain't that something? I also have, you know what I find as well too? But that was last year. I find two peach tree growing in the garden. Two peach tree that I never saw. But I know where them come from. Them two, I know where them come from. Them come from my peach tree. I believe them squirrel maybe eat them and the seed maybe roll away. So I know for sure where these peach tree come from. But the pear tree, I don't know because I don't have a mature pear tree. I know by pear tree a couple of years ago. like 2 years ago. So this pear tree is mature pear tree. If you have time, check out the video and you're going to see what my last video I upload. If you have time and you're going to see for yourself, you're going to see how the vines wrap themselves around these trees and naturally was sucking everything out of them. So these vines, you might love the flowers, but if you cannot maintain them, leave them alone, I'm telling you. Hey, good eats, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, if you cannot maintain these vines, wait, I think it's something velvet the name, you know. I wonder vinegar vines. You know what? I think it's vinegar vines, you know, but I don't want to say that because I don't know for sure. But I think that's the vines. But listen me. If you know you can't maintain them, don't put them in your property. I'm telling you, you will regret it. These things run on your house. They run on any trees. They choke everything they run upon. But anyhow, was talking about seedlings, yes. So seedlings, you know, I have some seedlings, I have some pigeon peas. My pigeon peas, them is getting so tall, I know they're ready to go outside. But they're not ready, but I don't think it's time. Hey, Sissy, Texas, I don't know if you're still here, but I did see your pigeon peas produce, which is awesome. I saw that video. I saw that video where your pigeon peas produce. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Yes. So yes, I'm growing pigeon peas. I also, you know, I'm also growing sweet potato. And you know, it's many ways to do these things. I mean, guys, listen to me. You got to find ways how to save money. Time is getting hard, and you got to find ways how to save money. Okay. Oh, you're growing more this year? All right. All right. All right. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, so seedlings, man. Listen me, guys. I have so much seedlings. I was just setting seed like I was just throwing seeds. I was just throwing seeds. I was just throwing seed and listen me, these seed and them was just germinating so fast. I couldn't even believe that some of them germinate. I just saw so much pepper seed. I know it's too much. I got to give away some. I have so much hot pepper seed germinate. So much hot pepper seed germinate. I got to give away some. I can't grow all them peppers. You know what I mean? Because when I grow, when I grow pepper, the pepper tree them produce so much peppers. It's so much I can do with them. I dry peppers. I make pepper sauce. I give away peppers. And still, I had us to leave peppers on the tree to just go back to the earth because it's too much. So I have so much going. I have celery, parsley, sage. Man, so much seed I plant this year. I was just sowing seed. And the thing is, they germinate so fast. One plant gave me a struggle this year, seedlings. Let me tell you, a seedling that gave me a little struggle this year. And I don't know why, but I don't know if you guys know sorrel seed. Sorrel. Sorrel, I germinate them in a tissue paper They germinate pretty fast, really, really fast. And I put them in the soil. This is the first time I ever germinate them in tissue paper. I put them in the soil and they was doing well. Then I realized they just start to, get wiggle. But I think I add too much water on the first day. Let me see. Sorry, I know well. Me nice drink. Oh yes, sorrel. Oh yes. Sorrel. I love me some sorrel. Hell yeah. I love me some sorrel. Why I try back growing sorrel this year? Because last year I grew sorrel and it start out so late. So late it start out. And it's still able to produce. So that tells me something. So this year I try to germinate a lot of them, which a lot of them get germinate. But only one survive. I think I add a little too much water on the first day. When I move them from the tissue paper, when I move them from the tissue paper and add them to the soil, I did wet them. I think I add too much water. So one survived, but that one is so powerful and beautiful, ready to go outside. So guys, listen me. Learn to save some money by seedlings and learn about these seedlings. Like for instance, I have potato and I always leave back some potato. And my potato them looking real beautiful right now. The eyes is so beautiful. You check what I'm saying? But I ain't ready to plant them. I'll plant them maybe next month. Yes, spring have to start first before I plant them. Because, like I said, I have a peach tree that let me know when it's going to be an early planting season or a late planting season. And this peach tree already indicate to me this going to be a late planting season, which is April. Usually I get out in the garden in the March. And I start planting peppers, these type of plants. Not this year. This year I'm waiting till April. These are things you have to pay attention to, guys. You got to know when to plant these things. Yes, it's important. You got to know when. Because sometimes, if you plant them at the wrong time, what could happen? They could be in the soil and their growth could stand still for a period of time. And you might be asking yourself, damn, why this thing is not growing? They look the same. The wrong time. Maybe a little too early. So it's important to have something indicating to you. Maybe a plant. Maybe a tree. I'm scared there will be freezing in it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about, Sissy. Texas garden. I'm planting sorrel this year. Yes, you should. You should. Who said they're going to plant sorrel this year? Let me see. Hold on. Who said they're going to plant? Oh, Sissy says she's going to plant sorrel this year. Hey, Urban, how you doing? What's going on? Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Sissy. The freezing. And I'm worried about the freezing. That's why I'm saying, usually I'll go out in March and start planting. Not this year. This year I'm going in April. And you saying you're scared it might hit you, a freeze might hit you. Listen me. For what I'm seeing now, there's a lot of things change. The climate change, the temperature change. If you notice now, snow start falling in different places now. Places that never see snow for ever. Someone told me they never see snow and snowfall in their areas. So this is actually telling us there's a change, there's a shift. So we have to pay attention. So you want to make sure you pay attention and know when to start your garden, when to start planting your peppers, when to start planting, because if you don't pay attention, you can lose them. If the weather is too cold, if a frost come, you can lose these plants. Pay attention, guys. A lot is going on these days. A whole lot is going on. Don't fall asleep on what's going on. Don't think it mightn't pass your way. Maybe it's not passing your way right now, but please, a lot of stuff is going on right now. And to all the people who out there, and you see this, you see what I'm saying? We're doing this garden thing and we encouraging people to grow. You see how important it is? Sorry guys, I don't know what now happened. But like it kicked me out for a minute. But anyhow guys, as we see, a lot is happening, and don't stay focused, guys. Stay focused. Get in your garden, Lord, as much as you can. Grow as much as you can. You can't grow more than you can. Grow as much as you can. All right? It's best we try to educate ourselves, because I've known that a lot of people start out a couple years ago and they reach very far. They've reached very far till they learn so much within these few years. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. And I want to say shout out to all the people who participate in the 2025 Plant a Herb Garden Challenge. Yes, I didn't promote it this season because I had a lot doing. I had a lot of work going on. I was doing my thing, gardening, fixing my soil. So I was kind of busy. But I did give a 10 days extension. A 10 days extension for that you could upload your video. So I just want to say, man, thank you all for participating in this challenge. And just learn as much as you can, guys. Don't just do the challenge because you can do it. Make it be something that inspire you, yourself, and others. Because if you learn about new herbs and you learn how to grow them, how to take care of them, believe it or not, gardening supposed to come natural. It's supposed to come natural. But because of the way we grow up, we lose the ability to know what we should know. This is something we should be doing from baby, from young. These are things we should be doing in our backyard. We should have a big enough backyard that we could grow our own little things. So this is something should be doing for years. But the way thing goes, we got to go to the store and buy, and that take away from a lot of people, a lot of us. That take away from a lot of us. Things we're supposed to know, we now trying to learn. But guess what? is never too late, too long. It's never too late, too long. Feeding your family, how to feed your family should be something from you get teach from a baby. Yes, we could grow up and get jobs and these type of stuff, but when these jobs should only be to take care of your bills. Your food, you should able to grow something. If you got to buy, at least you able to grow something at the same time. That's how I see it, man. But just learn as much as you can, guys. Educate yourself and happy gardening. I know a lot of people right now have their seedlings going. Shout out to all the people in the Herb Garden Challenge, Urban, Fifi Urban Homestead, Grow, You Grow. I don't want to miss nobody, but shout out to everyone. Shout out to LP. Shout out to all you guys, man. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it for the fun of it. And someone will be walking away with a prize to the end. All right? But guys, before the spring get real strong, when I say strong, before the spring come forth, take a trip around your garden. Even in your containers, check out your containers before you take out anything, before you add anything. Just look. Because sometimes there's a plant growing up right up there that you don't even realize. Sometimes a plant could be growing up right there. That so observe. It's easy to recognize plants now because now we have our phone and we have our books that we could look at a plant and identify it through the book or through our phone. So it's easy now. So make it worth your while. Educate yourself as much as you can. With these herbs, learn their remedies and what they can do. You just never know. You just never know. So how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Shout out to everyone. Wait, hold on. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone who come out tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to all the people who hit the like button. Truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And I wasn't doing a lot of live lately, but I'm going to get back into it pretty soon. You guys know I used to go live every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but get a little busy and got things to do, so I just had also do what I have to do. But this is garden season, and I'm getting right back into it. There's so much to share. There's so much to share. Because you know what? Listen me guys. This garden season, from October come right back to where we at, March now, right? I've learned so much. This is what I'm saying, guys. You never finish long. You could never know everything in gardening. It doesn't matter if you're doing it for all your life. You will never know everything. Let me see. Plant more this year. Who? Okay. I'm not even seeing the. Okay. See. Yes. Okay. Yes. I've learned so much this season. I've learned that plants, tropical plants, fruit trees, I've learned that you could, if you have tropical fruit trees in containers, avocado, mango, soursop, all these type of plants, you could bring them indoors. Not in a grow tent, like in your garage, without a grow light, without a grow tent. You could bring them indoors and they survive. Once the room temperature ain't go below 37, 35, don't go below 35, once it ain't going down to 30, 29, these plants will survive. Green, have green leaf and growing too. This is this is something so amazing. The avocado trees, I have like 12 avocado plants I'm growing from seeds, right? The avocado plants grow better in that same area I'm telling you about. In a room, in my garage. They grow better in there without sunlight. Just a regular light in the ceiling. Without sunlight, the mango tree as well. Grow better than outside last year. I could show you them new leaf. Just push a new leaf. You know, and if I wasn't a person who into doing my own experiment and try different things, I might have gone buy a grow tent for put indoors for put these things to. But I wanted to see, and I didn't have to put them in my garage. I could have put them in my greenhouse. But I wanted to see for myself. Once the temperature ain't going down below 30, I say 32, they survive. And grow too. The greatest thing is growing. Lemon, my lemon, I have a lemon tree as well in the same place. Growing, full of flowers at this point. And they're just in a room that does not go down below 30 degrees. The light is a regular light in the ceiling. So all these things is what I've learned this season about tropical fruit trees. It's so much to learn out there, guys. But you will never know unless you learn. You will never know unless you learn. There's tropical herbs like oregano. There's I have a spinach. I they get from where they get a spinach from? I think it was Fifi. Oh man, I think right. That grows indoors as well, and that grows indoors. Even the oregano grows indoors as well, without grow light, without grow tent, just growing. So don't underestimate these plants, guys. A lot of these plants can adjust, and you know why I kind of believe they survive? Because I bring them in October, and in October the weather's still nice. In my zone in October, the weather's still nice, still beautiful. But I bring them in because I wanted them to adjust from the full heat. Because you know in the summer it's blazing, it's full heat. So I wanted them to adjust from that full heat to a cooler temperature. So I bring them in October. So by the time the cold weather start, they already indoors. So they already adjust from that heat to a cooler temperature. So when the coldness come on, they already adjust themselves to deal with that type of weather. Say, see guys, if you don't do it, you will never know. You hear what I said I did? I bring them in before the cold weather start. Bring them indoors. Then what I did, I have them indoors.